Hi guys, today we are going to discuss the chapter human excretory system. Okay, in the human excretory system, the excretory organs, especially kidneys, excretory organs, especially kidneys. Okay, yeah, excretory organs are kidney. Where the excretory product, what is excretory product? As you know, the excretory product is urea. Excretory product is urea. Okay, yeah, where it is produced, who can make the urea? Okay, where it is produced in the human body. Okay, liver is the ultimate production of the urea. Liver, okay, liver is the ultimate production of urea. Okay, yeah, which is CONH2 NH2 this is urea formula. CONH2 it is urea formula, which is ultimate production of the urea. Okay, yeah, and this is the urea which is produced in the liver. Okay, that is enter into the blood, guys. Okay, blood is the ultimate carrier of the any production, any material in the body. Okay, this is the blood vessel to attach, to link the liver, we can call that is hepatic vein. Hepatic vein that can carry the blood from the liver to, this is urea which is produced, urea and deoxygenated blood, CO2 blood, that carry into the vena cava, the finest blood vessels, largest blood vessel, they can carry into the vena cava. Urea produced in the liver, that is carry forward from the vena cava, like hepatic vein into the vena cava, that is the blood carry into the heart from the vena cava, heart. Okay, from the heart, which is filtered blood from the lung. Okay, the aorta they can carry into the body parts. Okay, aorta, from systemic aorta. Okay, yeah, which is carry into the kidneys, right? Yeah, and guys, this is the aorta further divided into the renal artery, Okay, renal artery carry the blood, oxygenated blood and plus urea, oxygenated blood, urea. Okay, yeah, once again coming to this picture, urea which is produced in the liver from the hepatic vein, which is from the liver, the vein, they carry the urea into the vena cava, urea plus deoxygenated blood. Okay, from the vena cava, the blood enter into the heart. Okay, it carry forward into the lung for filtration. After filter, the oxygenated blood and urea enter into the heart. From the heart, the aorta, they can carry forward the blood into the renal artery. Okay, the fine branch of the aorta, one of the branch which is renal artery, that can carry the blood, oxygenated blood and as well urea into the kidney. 1/5 of the blood, guys, 1/5 of the blood they can carry, renal artery, 1/5 of the blood they can carry into the kidney for the filtration of urea. Okay, the functions of the renal artery, functions of renal artery, 1, carry the oxygenated blood into kidney, okay, carry the urea into kidney for the filtration, to give the oxygen oxygen to kidney cells and to give the urea to filter in the kidney. This is the function of the renal artery. Okay? Yep. Next, what's going on if the oxygenated blood along with urea enter into the kidney? Okay? What's going on here where it is filtered? Guys, just look into this. This red wala is renal artery. Okay? That can carry, the renal artery carry into the both kidneys the blood. Oxygenated blood along with urea enter into the kidney. Okay? Kidney utilize oxygen and turn into the carbon dioxide deoxygenated, mean oxygen utilized in the metabolic activity of the kidney tissue and release carbon dioxide by kidney tissue and blood. They can exit from the kidney. They can exit from the kidney, this blue wala, from the both kidneys. Okay? Kidneys. That is we can call renal vein. Renal vein. Okay? So, now there is a question from Neet. Now there is a question from Neet. Guys, important. Which blood vessel to carries high amount of urea? This is the question, previous year question in the Neet. Okay? A, option A, renal artery, renal vein, hepatic vein, and vena cava. Okay? Sorry guys. Yeah, D wala vena cava. Okay? This is the options. Renal, the word related to the kidney. Renal, the word related to the kidney. Most of the people, like students, they think that renal is the term related to the kidney. So, renal artery that carry high amount of urea. Okay? But where the production is going to take place, urea production. Urea production is going to take place in the liver, right? Liver. This is the production area, urea production area. So, where there is a production going to take place, there is a high amount of chances. So, hepatic vein, hepatic the term relevant to the liver, hepatic the term relevant to the liver. Okay? Hepatic vein, vein mean they can carry the blood from the organ, this liver. Okay? Deoxygenated blood and as well urea they can carry. So, hepatic vein carries highest amount of urea from the blood. Okay? Yes. This is about the urea which is produced and which is enter into the kidneys. Okay? Guys, cool. In the human excretory system, look into this picture. Okay? One pair of the kidneys, the blood enter into the kidney from where? From the lungs, right? From the liver, right? From the liver, from the heart, the blood which is carry the urea into the kidneys, both kidneys. Okay? From the heart which is carry CO2, oxygenated blood and urea which is enter into the kidney. This is renal artery. Renal artery. And exit out from the renal vein. Okay, exit out from the renal vein. Exit out from the renal vein. Renal vein. So guys, here look into this. Renal artery, they can carry the blood into the kidney. After utilize the blood, oxygen, so the blood exit from the renal vein. This is all about circulatory system. This is all about circulatory system. Artery, veins, circulation of blood. This is circulatory system. But here think once, the urea enter into the kidney, but they do not exit through the renal vein. Mind it. They do not exit from the renal vein. There is a other part, urinary part, excretory part, which is involved to execute and exit the urea from the kidney. What is that system? Is urinary system. What are the parts in the urinary system? One part is the pair of the kidney, and another parts which is to carry out the blood. Okay, what are the part which is produced urea in the kidney? They can exit out one more tubes, one pair tubes. This is another tubes. These tubes we can call ureters. 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 They can carry out urea fluid. We can call urine, urea fluid, urea along with water. They can carry it out from the ureter, from the kidneys, and after attain, they can store into one part. That is the part urinary bladder. Urinary bladder. Okay, urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is the place which is store the urine, which is store urine. Once it is filled, okay, that is execute out through the one part we can call urethra. Urethra. Now you have to tell what are the parts in the human excretory system. One pair of the kidney, these tubes, these two tubes, ureters mean one pair of the ureters, this part which is stored part, urinary bladder, and which is execute urine out, which is urethra. So one pair of the kidney, one pair of the ureters, one urinary bladder and one urethra. One pair kidney, one pair of the kidneys, one pair of the ureters, okay, one urinary bladder, and one ureter. Four parts, one urethra, one urethra. These are the four parts comes under human excretory system. Okay guys, cool. Okay, next part. Okay, next part. Okay, next slide. Yeah, human excretory system, as you know, one pair of the kidney, one ureter, one pair of the ureter and a urinary bladder. Okay, yes, and yeah, location of the kidney. This is most important guys, location of the kidney. Yeah, human body which is divided into the thoracic part, abdomen part, thoracic part and abdomen part. Come to the abdomen part, the dorsal part, back side, we can call dorsal part. Okay, abdomen and dorsal part. Kidneys are between the level of the last thoracic, most important, last thoracic and third lumbar. Last thoracic, third lumbar according to the human vertebra. According to the vertebra. Do you know vertebra? Vertebral column, which is the supportive part of the spinal cord. This is the vertebra, human vertebra, which is supported to the spinal cord, which is supported to the spinal cord. Okay, yeah. This is that there is a bones, number of bones, which is comes under last thoracic, T12. There are 12 bones of the thoracic part in the vertebral column and 5 of the lumbar part. Okay, lumbar mean this is third lumbar, last thoracic and third lumbar, kidney located where the place of the vertebra, like thoracic vertebra, last thoracic mean T12, thoracic bones are 12, last thoracic mean 12th bone, okay, and as well lumbar are the 5, okay, among that third up to the third lumbar, last thoracic and third lumbar, the location of the kidney. And as well kidney is the retroperitoneal organ. Retroperitoneal organ. What is retroperitoneal organ? Okay, parietal peritoneum and visceral peritoneum we can call, that is the like between the body walls and parietal peritoneum. Okay, yeah, between the body wall and this is the body cavity coelom. Okay, between the body wall and body cavity the layer is visceral layer and parietal layer. Okay, behind the parietal peritoneum and body wall there is a structure, this place beside the parietal peritoneum and body wall we can call retroperitoneum. Retro mean back to the parietal peritoneum. Okay, the location of the kidney. Okay guys, cool. Yeah, next one. Yeah, the length of the kidney 12 centimeters, nothing but 12 centimeters. The width 10 to 12 is the length and width 5 to 7, and dimension means thickness of the kidney 2 to 3 centimeters. 2 to 3 centimeters. Okay, cool. Yeah. So there is a place which is notch-like structure, like this structure, notch-like structure we can call hilus or hilum. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and inside the kidney there are two zones. Inside the kidney there are two zones. Okay, just look into this. Just look into this, two zones. This part is cortex, this part is medulla. Cortex and medulla. Okay, yeah, medulla part has certain pyramids called medullary pyramids. Okay, cortex region and medullary region. Okay, yeah, medullary pyramids are there. This is the medullary pyramids, medullary part, cortex part and medullary part. This is the cortex region between the medullary part. This is the cortex region, right? Enter into the between the medullary pyramid we can call columna of Bettin. Columna of Bettin. Renal as columna of Bettin. They might ask you in the EAMCET like questions. Okay, the cortex region enter into the medullary part. between the medullary pyramid we can call columna of Bettin. Okay, next slide. Okay, guys, ureters. Ureters are the two parts which is exit from the kidney. Ureters are the two parts which are exit from the kidney, okay, to carry the urea into the urinary bladder. Okay, yes, this is the ureters. Guys, most important, the length of the ureters 25 to 30 centimeters. The length of the ureters 25 to 30 centimeters. Then do not ask you there is a narrow and whitish tubular. They might not ask you. The length of the ureters most important, that is 25 to 30 centimeters. And there is a transitional epithelium. The walls of the ureters made up of with transitional epithelium. You have to find the epithelial tissue where there is a smooth end is going to take place. The modified epithelium cells are there. This is the transitional epithelium cells. Okay? Yes. Next one. Yeah. Next, urinary bladder. As you know, this is the urinary bladder, storage of the urine, storage of the urea, okay, which is they might not ask you, which is pear-shaped, important, pear-shaped and muscular sac, pear-shaped and muscular sac, and it has sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves, the connection of brain. If the urine filled with, in the urinary bladder, filled with urine, okay, the brain going to give the signal into the excretory system, urinary system to execute the urine out through these nerves, sympathetic and parasympathetic nerve. They can regulate the urine function. Okay? Yes. And next, urethra. Urethra. Urethra, guys, it is most important. There is a difference between male and female. The length of the urethra different between male and female. This is the previous year question. Okay. In the male, the urethra is 12 to 15 centimeters. If come to the female, it is about 5 centimeters only. Female, it is 5 centimeters. It is shorter than male. Female is the 5 centimeters and male urethra, it is about 12 to 15 centimeters, because of male does it have the penis, which is urethra enter into the penis that execute the length of the 12 to 15 centimeters. Okay? Yeah, this is most important. Okay? This is most important, kidney functions. Okay? They can remove waste from the blood, obviously. Okay? There is a deoxygenated blood, they can carry the urea into the kidney. Urea, it is removed. Urea is the metabolic waste which is produced by the metabolic activity, and as well remove the drugs from the blood. Remove the drugs from the blood. This is also important. Drugs mean medicine. If you guys like anything, any animals, if they take are humans, in the human excretory system, kidney is the function to filter any toxicants in the body. Okay? Yeah. Regulatory functions. Regulatory functions are what? The regulate of the ionic concentration in the blood. Regulate the ionic concentration in the blood. Ions are what? Na plus Cl minus NaCl and potassium K plus, this kind of calcium, this kind of ions. If the imbalance ions, if the species or humans do not get water much, kidney itself to retain from water or NaCl from the urine, again reabsorption going to take place in the hormonal functions. Okay? That is about the maintain the ionic concentration, and as well regulate the pH of the blood. Blood pH is what? 7.4, right? 7.4. So they can regulate the pH of the blood. Hydrogen ion removal from the water, or they can retain from the urine. Okay, in that way they regulate the pH of the blood. And this is the most important previous year question also. Kidney involved in the endocrine activity. Endocrine mean hormonal function that can produce erythrocytes, erythropoietin. Produce erythrocytes, erythropoietin. This is endocrine activity, most important, coming from exam. Okay, this is the most important activity of the function of the kidney, guys. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is all about urinary system. We are going to discuss the nephron, about nephron, the functional unit of the kidney, how it is functionate, how it is urine formed. Okay, this is brief introduction of the parts of the urinary system in the human physiology. Okay, guys, today we are going to end this topic. Thank you.